Starting off today in Wyoma Square. Gonna get a haircut. And welcome everyone. Got the cut just over here, back in Pine Grove. But unlike most times I've come here lately, finally on my rock. You know, the rock that I used to hang out a long time. If you look down there, can't really see it anymore because the trees have grown in, but when I was a kid we could see my whole neighborhood right there. Not my current neighborhood, but neighborhood I used to live in not even that long ago, but also grew up in. Yeah, so the trees were much smaller years ago. I could see you know, the park was right down there, the basketball court, but now it's overcome by foliage, and it's a little hazy, so you can't even really see the airplane overhead. Maybe if I walk over this way a little bit without falling down this big long cliff, you can kind of see Boston, but it's not trees are even grown over there, even just in the last couple of years. And as kids, we used to climb this rock. We'd hop the wall down there at the park, walk up these trails, and we'd climb up at various areas. I have not, every time I've come here since I started this YouTube adventure, there has not been a time that there hasn't been people up here. A lot of people come up here, I think, party, break a bunch of glass all strewn around all over the place. But I just wanted to come to Lynn not only to get my hair cut from my friend Corey. If you're in the area, go check him out. Gets good haircuts. Good friend for probably like 30 years now. Jeez, getting old. But yeah, I just wanted to come here. I'm going on a bit of a trip in a few days. Very far, the furthest I've ever been, ever. But whenever I go away, I like to come back to Lynn, maybe hit up a few spots in Lynn, just to, you know, it's kind of like where I'm from, where I'm going, kind of thing. So come check it with me while I traverse around a few areas of Lynn. They're kind of my favorite parts. Glad that I got to start off on the rock. Technically Wyoma Square, that first little bit, but starting off here and probably gonna hit up a few places. So come check it with me. Probably be discussing some of my trip, but you know, I want to stay relatively spoiler free for all of that. Yeah, if I raise my hands up really high, you can see that Boston skyline. But it's crazy because it was unavoidable even just a few years ago. Just, you look straight from right here on the rock. This also is goes right into Logan from here, so some days it's just plane after plane after plane. I've sat up here for many hours just watching the planes go by. Very relaxing. There's a little bit better of a shot of the Boston skyline. No longer in the cemetery, but at the beach, the hot beach. Figured I'd come check this out since I haven't in a couple of years. Alright, gotta remember that I'm at number 5. I guess they don't want any swimming right now. Probably no lifeguards on the beach. maybe eventually I'll go dip my feet in the water. As of the recording of this, it's September 12th, so I'm kind of wondering how the water is. I do actually have a beach day, or somewhat of a day, planned for this upcoming week before my big vacation, where I will be traversing the entire country, or at least from one side of the country unto the other. Please subscribe and please follow along with me for that endeavor. Hopefully it'll be some of my best content. Since I'm not seeing very many people out in it. There's some kite surfers, wind surfers, but not really seeing anyone swimming out there. Quite a few vehicles though. There's a lot of vehicles all parked here. I actually thought that after Labor Day, it didn't cost any money to park down on this Nahad side, but according to a sign, I think it said September 15th. It is 80 degrees here at the moment. I looked at the temperature in California. They had been going through a heat wave. It was 105 when I checked a few days ago. It's only in the 70s. It's supposed to only be in the 70s this whole week. I will not be getting there for still over a week. But it says the day I get there, I think it's supposed to be around the temperature it is right now. So it might not be drastically different. I hope the water's warmer out there, because I do plan on going into the Pacific Ocean for the first time ever. I think I've discovered pigeons that used to be wetland here at the beach. So very rarely see pigeons around the city. Years ago, I feel like I couldn't go anywhere without seeing pigeons. I remember when I was younger, there was a playground up here with things were all in the shapes of letters, I believe, and they were all like flat animals you could sit on. So obviously torn all that out many years ago. I believe it's where like all those bushes are over there next to the refreshment stand. If you do have little ones though, there is a more modern playground area for them to play in, I suppose. But I'll never forget those like animal shaped like letters, I believe. Let me know in the comments if you remember any of this. Now, Lynn Shore Drive. And I'm probably not going to go all the way down to Swampscott. I didn't start down at the tides. I mean, that was my initial plan, but time's a little tight. I have to start packing for my trip. I have to run a few errands, so not going to do the whole thing. I'll probably just go down to Red Rock Park there, go back and maybe put my feet in the water. I did not make the mistake of wearing sandals, wearing sneakers. I do have sandals in my car I may go change into when I go down to the beach area. All information that I'm sure you're very interested in. But I think I might go walk down on the wall for just a bit. Hopefully it's not in shambles. Oh, and there is a smell to be had right here. I would say I missed it for maybe a couple minutes, but it's not very pleasant, I will assure you. Hey, what's up, fella? This guy likes it. Probably having a field day eating all this debris from the ocean. A lot of cracked shelves over here that probably been nibbling on. Brings back a lot of memories. Well, a lot of memories, not really of the smell, I mean, more of broken clams. But, you know, childhood memories, teenage memories. Used to come here a lot. Before I go up all the way, I gotta remember to smile. And I know I've delivered furniture to some of these high rises. These oceanfront properties over here. I wonder how much they're going for nowadays. I have been in that house because a friend of mine, grandparents lived there, and I remember going there for the 4th of July one year. Many years ago. It's a pretty nice view. Anyhow, also many walks here over the years, especially when I lived in the area. Go for a lot of walks. It's 6 miles. Well, I think it's just about 3 miles from Swampscott to the tides over there in the hut. And I used to do it after work. I do a few 6 miles. So I'd park in Swampscott, walk all the way to the hut. Like I said, will not be doing that. Shooting. Yeah, red in that water. The red tide. Hopefully it's not too bad over in that other area. Didn't seem to be. Once I crossed the border into Lynn, where it got really red really quick. Almost just fell going up the stairs. Good thing I didn't have that on film. Maybe I should have. Might have been more funny. Okay, right here we got the north-south, east-west compass. So this is just about as far east as you can get. Atlantic Ocean. And then now west. Yeah. Definitely excited for it. I wonder if it picks it up a little bit better here. I mean, when I'm looking at the footage, you know, and when I'm looking at my camera, you can't really see the redness as much. I also have sunglasses on, so that might hinder it a bit, but when I have the sunglasses on, I can see it just fine. In real life, IRL. This is a spot that I used to hang out at a lot. That is, younger is over on these stairs. Here's the down there, dirt. Looks like the side of the stairs we hung out in. Here, so I think I'll be walk around this whole peninsula, head back over towards Nahat. Actually, I already got 2 miles, so that's not bad. So instead of 6 miles, I'll still be walking 4. Not a bad walk. Everywhere you go, you can see Big Rock. After I've seen a lot of, you know, bands and whatnot in here over the summer, years ago, of course. But it's a nice little spot. Check out the rocks, check out Egg Rock, check out Nahat. It's kind of right in the middle. definitely the coldest water I've ever been in has been right here. The month of October, late October, and made me dislike cold water quite a bit. But this is cool. Haven't actually walked down here in quite a few years onto the actual rocks. And I'm kind of regretting not bringing my bike, but this is probably the most uphill thing if I were on my bike, which nothing compares to those mountain roads up in Wolfboro. But yeah, definitely in the future, I'm gonna bring the bike down, ride all over the place. Oh, and I just noticed they mark like every quarter mile on here, which is pretty cool. That's a little bit higher of a vantage point than I was on earlier. Red tide. Doesn't smell best. I miss this view. Wow, that is really intense. I don't know if I'd ever try the kite surfing, but the person just flips up in the air and everything else. Not sure how good it's going to come out, but actually see over there. At least the top of it. Cool. It kind of gives me a little bit of perspective, because it's like a lot of places I've gone, especially in these videos, you know, like when I was in Boston, I could see the White Mountains, you know. When I was in the White Mountains, I couldn't see Boston. I'm in, you know, on hikes up in Andover, I can see Boston. I'm in Lynn, I can see Boston. Where I'm going, I'm going to be so far away. I think the furthest places I've ever been, really, New Orleans, Milwaukee, Key West, you know, all over Florida. But unfortunately, I didn't YouTube back then. I didn't record any of that stuff. That is coming to an end, because now I do YouTube. So you can all follow along on my adventure across the country. A lot of vegetation over here. I think when I was younger, these weren't quite as big. We used to cut through them and try to make little mazes through. I don't know if that would be a possibility any longer. And just made the change into the sandals. Gonna go stick my feet into the Atlantic. Down the thing on the feet as I go in. When it is cold, I actually am wearing my bathing suit since I have errands to run. Even if it is quite warm, which so far is not, still not completely dull myself. It's actually not feeling pants, or my shorts I should say, so drenched. Did think about just wearing my bathing suit in, but I was afraid then I'd jump in, I'd get really soaked. But now my legs are really soaked nonetheless. Something's definitely was just making noise in the shrubbery. I wonder if it's probably birds. But one last look over at the ocean. At least I know it'll be warm when I go in on Sunday. Hopefully it will be. Fingers crossed. In here at Macy's, the North Shore Mall, because I do have to get a suit jacket, is that what you would call it? Maybe even make a stop over at the food court, because I am quite hungry at the moment. While I'm here, gotta stop by good old Chick-fil-A. You know, I'm sure probably going to be happening some more of this in my travels, hopefully. This is to kick it off. And just like that, back to the homestead, doing a little bit of hot tubbing it since I still have my bathing suit on. Kind of wish I went in the water. Kind of wish I didn't go to the mall. Got back a little too late to grill. Didn't really feel like grilling. I got a lot of stuff to do anyway, so hopefully I get out of work early enough tomorrow. But as nightfall is coming, there's some bats circling overhead. Maybe I'll try to get a little footage of that, but no promises. But that's where I'm gonna end it today. So, also mosquitoes, it's not good. I'll leave you all with peace. Please subscribe and stay tuned for upcoming videos.